high contrast color, sunlight falling on baskets and bowls, flowers and fruit, or occasionally a bottle of wine. This describes the still life paintings of Chuck Rosenthal. Mr. Rosenthal does paint other subjects, but still life is a favorite and wonderfully done. Many of his beautiful oil paintings hang in galleries, offices and private homes.
In his painting Daffodils and Grapes, Mr. Rosenthal exhibits a masterly use of painting of textures where the smooth texture of the grapes contrasts to the uneven texture of the linen tablecloth. The cool smoothness of the glass vase contrasts with the lively, crinkled daffodils. This use of textures makes Mr. Rosenthal's work outstanding.
Pears falling out of a rough-hewn basket contrast to the hard shiny texture of an apple in the foreground of Fruit Harvest, another of Mr. Rosenthal's still lifes. You can almost feel the soft texture of the pears, which contrasts to the hard texture of the metal goblet nearby. The goblet alone is a work of art, with darkest of dark shadows and nearly white highlights from the light entering the room. A dark background and wine bottle in contrast to brightly colored fruit and tablecloth set the scene in Fruit Harvest too. It is easy to imagine the rest of the room to match the heavy brocade tablecloth, brocade drapes and Persian carpets and antique furniture. It is another masterly painting.
In teapot and fruit light barely seeps in through the dark blue background, possibly a thick curtain covers the windows there. In any case, it makes a nice contrast to the hand-thrown teapot in light hues, and the grapes and apples in the foreground. Perhaps the scene is in a kitchen. The table on which these objects rest is more like a work table, not a dining table.
Soft pears in the foreground of roses from the garden give depth and contrast to this painting, showing the difference in textures with the hard glass bottle and frilly roses in that bottle. The brightness of the three different colored roses also contrasts with the very dark background, and the dark bottle that holds the roses is beautifully painted. Although it is dark, it still pops out from the dark background because of the light falling on it.
Still life has been a favorite subject of many painters over time, and Mr. Rosenthal's paintings combine some of the old style with his new style. This artist has a colorful style full of life even though the subjects of the paintings are motionless and often in shadow. In addition to the still life paintings, Mr. Rosenthal also paints landscapes and people.